Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Race A of the Daily Races this week. It's been a while since I've done any of these type of videos, so let's just jump right in. For our first race we're starting in 6th place, as we can see there. Time of 1:16.2. It's not too bad, it's okay. I only had a few practice laps. Will improve later on, as you'll see. But as we start, Aki gets a false start there. And we do manage to get a jump on him straight away. As we deal up to the inside of Spider here, and looking at the radar, absolute carnage behind us. Just trying to avoid that as best as possible, but you know, we do end up getting hit, as is to be expected. The Empower in front of us, who ends up rejoining, hitting Spider, and then goes into the back of Wilco, causing absolute chaos behind us. It's going to speed up now as we head through the first part of the lap. We do end up getting a run on Spider, and we do manage to climb our way back up to 7th position, but we end up getting this chicane section all wrong.
Oh, you absolute tool.
Running in too early, hitting the barrier, getting a penalty for hitting the barrier, and then end up getting a further penalty for going off track. Fast forward a little bit to the end of the lap, and Spider's fighting with Jay Kinney in front. Ends up braking late. Kirby then comes up the inside of him, and we end up gaining a free spot as Spider takes a trip into the wall. And as we're heading down the pit straight, we're looking to make a move on Kirby to try and promote ourselves up to 6th place. Don't quite have the speed to do it, but luckily he ends up going off track, picks himself up a penalty. Somewhat negates the penalty that we have. It's still going to hurt us a little bit, but we should be fine. Sometimes in Gran Turismo the stars align in your favour, and people in front and behind end up picking up penalties, which in this case, 4 of us in a line that have 5 of us that have penalties. Now we just need to focus on getting the chicane right and not messing it up, just like Kirby did there. So there's another spot for us. Thank you, Kirby. Moving forward a little bit now to where we've just served our 2-second penalty, and we've got Spider on our case once again.
Spider, don't do it.
He looks for a move on the inside, and we couldn't decide what to do really, and just end up out-braking ourselves and losing the position to him. But we're just going to rinse and repeat like we did for the last lap. We're going to hopefully get a run on him using his slipstream just a little bit, and make a move into turn 1. Out, braking late, move to the inside, and we managed to get the move done as Jay Kinney in front goes off. I think he picks himself up a penalty, I'm not sure. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But we've got Aki in front, Mr. False Starter, who's about to serve his 1.5 second penalty, so there's another place gained. Headed onto the start straight finish line now. We're managed to get a move on Jay Kinney coming out the final corner. He moves to the inside to defend it. We end up braking late. Bit of contact there. We do end up touching. All 3 of us go off, but I let off slightly, hoping that I don't pick up a penalty. And it seems that we let off perfect amount, as we don't pick ourselves up a penalty, but the 2 in front do.
I'm the only one that didn't get a penalty in that. Oh, but
Let's not speak about the contact with the wall there. Up ahead we've got Healy and Jay Kinney, who seem to be now playing Wreckfest with each other. I'll take those 2 free spots as Healy's all over the show, and Jay Kinney gets reset to track, promoting us up to 3rd place. And nothing really happened for the remainder of the lap and a half that we had left. Crossing the line at the end of the first race, finishing on the final podium spot, gaining 3 positions throughout the race, so we'll take that. We've just done 3 or 4 practice laps. We've improved by about 2 seconds on our best lap time. I've qualified on pole, so let's see how we get on. So after quite a considerable improvement in the qualifying time, I'm not sure what's going on with the camera there. There's, I think I was messing with some settings as I forget to put the overtake button on, and Michael and Costas get a run on us straight away off the line. We end up having a bump with Costas, which allows Michael and Costas to go through, and then Chris comes along and gives us a tap on the side just for good measure. So after the first corner we've lost 4 places, and we've got 2 more behind us who are chomping at the bit to overtake us as we move to the inside here to try and cover off Sidor, but we end up making contacts, and it sends both of us into the wall. And after watching this back, I definitely didn't leave him enough room. I could have moved to the left a little bit more. He ends up going into the wall, and losing a place to Chris Vitek, who in this race you'll see that we encountered him quite a lot. He was a very quick driver, but he was just so reckless. I mean, as you're about to see here, we not the best going around the corner. He gives us a bit of a love tap.
That's a shocking line.
He goes on the inside and then he decides to ram us off the track. I mean, he's already got a penalty at the time, so you can just see him. He's a bit of a reckless driver in that sense.
Penalty didn't even fucking stop him.
And unfortunately, even with his penalty, we didn't manage to overtake him, so look for a move elsewhere. And as we're coming around the final two corners, we get an exact copy of the incident in the first race, where someone goes into the wall and we get a freebie. As we're heading down the pit straight, we're looking for a move on Chris Vitek again, and this is also very similar to what happened in the first race. Looking for a move on the inside, didn't work out. Slight bit of contact with Chris, but the contact definitely wasn't enough to send him off track like that. He does end up picking himself up a 1 second penalty. Fast forward now, going down the back straight, heading up towards the chicane. Trying not to get too close to Chris Vitek, as we know what he's like. He's very reckless. As Juju goes wide, we got up on the inside of him there. Another freebie, we'll take that. Thank you. It's, Chris and Chris are both battling now. We'll just hand back a little bit and wait for Chris's penalty to set in, and we'll see where it takes us. I was wary of him unghosting at that moment, just because that's happened a few times. But we do end up getting the braking zone wrong, and we've let Chris behind us back in, so we're now in the middle of Chris sandwich.
Come on, focus now. This is shocking. More bothered about him behind.
Offering myself some words of encouragement there. Chris Vitek right behind us, so we move out slightly to the right just to cover that the dive bomb from him. Chris in front doesn't have the best exit, so now we are really tightly packed in between this Chris sandwich, and Vitek behind decides to again just push his way through. That's absolutely fine. We'll let you pass, mate. As he goes off track there again because he's just going too fast. Picks himself up another penalty. Cheers, mate. We'll take that. As you can see, just laughing to myself there. If there's two things that Chris Vitek loves, it's using that horn and picking up penalties. As we fast forward all the way around until he serves his penalty. Thank you, Chris. See you later, mate. And we've got three laps left to hold him off as he's bibbing his horn as we go around. Fast forward to the next lap. Not really made any progress. We've created a little bit of gap to Chris behind us as Chris in front goes off there. Picks himself up a half a second penalty. Slightly too far back on this lap to look for a move. But again, we'll just use the slipstream best we can to try and get as close as we can. Heading into the braking zone for turn one, he's ends up making another mistake and he goes wide again, and he picks himself up another penalty. So he's 1.5 seconds. At this point, I'm thinking, yes, second place is in the bag here. It's a done deal, as long as we don't hit the wall like we just did there again. And looking at the radar, we allow Chris Vitek, Mr. Man on a Mission himself, back into the race. We just think, you know what, he's bound to make a mistake, and look at that, called it. He does. Puts us off a little bit, but not sure what he's doing there. He's just going far too fast, trying to catch up, forgets how to brake, goes wide, ends up getting reset. I think by the end of it, he ends up like 16 seconds behind us because he gets reset back to the chicane.
So this 1.5 seconds is not gonna.
Now, Chris's 1.5 second penalty, once he's served it, we are right behind him. I'm just thinking to myself, do I dive bomb him here? Is it worth the dive bomb? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, we've had quite a clean race together all races. Not really worth ruining that. Come on, we're getting now. Probably could have got a run on him down to turn one there if I didn't make a mistake into the final corner.
Come on, Chris.
But let's see what we can do. No, just too far back there. Too far back. Two places that I can possibly overtake him. Run up to the chicane, or this one right here as we're heading up to the final two corners. Look how close we are, less than a tenth. As he moves to the inside, really defensive line there, and luckily he just perfects that defensive line. Slight bit of contact.
Good defence.
But he ends up defending the position well. Well, I mean, pretty disappointing result really, as we give him a little beep there just to recognise his defending. mean, starting on pole and finishing third was not the best result, but I mean, it's still a good result either way. If you're currently looking to upgrade any of your sim racing gear, check the link in the description for 3% off at Sim Demon. They stock absolutely everything that you could possibly need for any setup. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's quite a good car and track combination this week, so I'll see you in the next one.